Okay, so on this one, we have x in the power zone. So whenever you see x up there in the power zone, you should think, oh, yeah, I know how to do those. I need to take the natural log of both sides because logs are the opposites of powers. So that's the thinking. That's why they made logs, to handle these kind of power problems. So step one, ln on both sides. So I'm going to go ln here, ln there. Okay, and then what happens from there? Well, then this whole power can drop down to the front. Remember, that was log property 3. Powers on logs, regular logs or natural log, either one, can drop down to the front. Now, careful. If I was, here's an easy mistake to make. If I was to write it like this, like that, that would be wrong. What's wrong about that? Well, if you write it that way, only the 6 is multiplying the ln 3, and that's wrong. You've got, it's not a big deal, but it doesn't matter. You got to put parentheses. You might wonder, what the parentheses come from? They were never parentheses. Yeah, but that's true to the meaning. What meaning? The power has to come out front, and the whole power has to multiply, right? If you don't put parentheses, then the whole power is not multiplying. It'd be only the 6 that's multiplying. That's not true to the meaning. The meaning is the whole power comes down to the front and the whole power multiplies. How do you make the whole power multiply? Parentheses. That indicates the whole thing. Now, what do I do from there? What I would suggest at this point, so now we need to solve for x. So let me go into step 2 now. Solve for x. So now that you've got x out of power, see how x is no longer up in the power zone? Now it's just down on the ground. We dethroned it, so to speak. It's down on the ground. So now we just need to solve for x. Well, okay, how do I do that though? I would notice how I'm just leaving ln 3 and ln 31 rather than getting their decimal versions. I think that's easier because decimals are long and messy. We don't want to write all that down. Just leave them. We'll get them at the end. So next step to solve, I would divide both sides by ln 3. Oops. Like that. Boom, boom. And so we get 4x minus 6 equals ln 31 over ln 3. We get there. Here, let me put the wall of separation in to help us be clear. Those are the left side, right side. Okay. Anyway, we're trying to get, so we get so far, we're trying to get x alone. What's our next step? Add 6 to both sides. Like that, right? So what happens there? We'll just bring down that 4x. And you get ln 31 over ln 3 plus 6, like that. All right, we're almost there. Last step is to divide by 4. Now, this can be a little tricky. I've noticed over the years, and this is tricky, to divide. How do you divide this by 4? So watch carefully how we do this. So I'm going to go divide by 4 on the left side. I'll get x alone, right? But then I also need to divide by 4 on the right side. How do you do that? You just put a 4 in the bottom of each of them. Everybody see what I did right here? That's in the denominator. Right, there's the bar, right? Because that's what dividing means, doesn't it? Put it in the denominator. And you got to do equal treatment, everybody. So I divide all 3 terms by 4. I put a 4 in the bottom of all 3 terms. Equal treatment, right? Whatever you do to one side, you got to do the other. They're equal before, treat them the same, going to be equal afterwards. So there we go. And so then these 4's cancel. X is alone. Now, what do we do on the other side? Hit the buttons on our calculator. They want to they didn't say, but they'll take it if you type it in. They'll probably take it if you type it in just like that. I think, I don't know. I'm just going to get a decimal. So honestly, I don't know which way they'll take it. I'm going to get a decimal. So how do you get decimal? Let me help you with this. Here's what you need to type on your calculator. You need to type ln 31. There'll be parentheses on that. Divided by 4, divided by ln 3. Everybody see how I divided both those denominator pieces? Because they're both in the bottom. Everybody seeing that? Hold on. It's easy to miss this and do the wrong thing. A lot of people look at this, they go, no, wait, Mr. Aaron, no. These are times down here. Yes, they are. They are times. They go, so why didn't you do times right there? Because they're times in the denominator. They're both under the bar. So really, they're both divided. That's what that means, really. When you're in the denominator, you're divided. So see how I divided by both of them? Plus, and then the other one, 6 divided by 4, and hit equals. If you do that, you'll get the right answer. Let me do that. And I'm getting 2.2814. They didn't say how many decimal places on this one. Let me see if I can figure anything out on this one as far as how many decimal places they want. Yeah, they didn't say. They will definitely take a decimal answer. They'll probably take the exact answer as well, but I'll just give them four decimals. The next one was a 3, so I'll stop at the 4th decimal place. This is only a 3, so we don't round up. 2.2814, and there we go. So let's recap. What did we do there? We when you got x in power, what gets it out of power is the natural log. So you take natural log of both sides, the power drops down to the front, and then once it's down there to the front, you just get x alone. So divide off the ln3, add the 6, divide by the 4. And when you divide all 3 terms, and then just hit the buttons in your calculator, but be careful to do the calculation just like that. And type in a decimal. There we go.